Hi, I think we have already introduced a lot kanina, no? So, but I will be repeating it for the sake of those who entered, okay, just a few minutes before 10. Okay, so I've been in HR for 35 years before I availed of early retirement from a multinational company. And I am now an HR consultant and also a certified life coach, uh, an NLP practitioner. These are the new skills that I have gained after retirement, and then also a registered financial planner. It's different from ISOR. It's a financial planning from end to end, including investments, including uh, estate taxes. Okay, so there you go. This is for primarily to become more effective in all facets of life. Okay, so konting kwento lang muna. Okay, mhm, about me. Okay, before we move on to our agenda, you might see me as an expert now, but just like you, I started okay in very with very humble beginnings. Okay, so the picture from the top is actually my a photo taken before my graduation from psychology, and this is the first time that I went to Baguio. Okay, so it was very memorable, and yeah, I've been into I've been working almost hindi naman 24/7 pero uh, may mga pahinga in between, pero from college, even in high school and elementary, nagbabantay na ako ng tindahan namin, both in the house and also uh, sa farmers market, ano. So I've been used to hard work talaga, bata pa lang. And then the second photo actually is my picture when I was taking my master's. Okay, ang payat-payat ko, no? I had one child already at that time. But I have my full-time job plus meron pa akong sideline plus taking up masters. Parang gusto mag-suicide, ano? Pero that's how much I desire to really move up. Okay, the corporate ladder and really give um, good life for my family. And okay, the third one is me as okay, that transformed me. Okay, mas confident na ako that time. I already had a lot of certifications, and this picture was immediately after I had my early retirement, parang souvenir ko. Then from a multinational company, I was humbled to be called okay, in one of the congregations and teach our sisters, okay, about the entire HR program, okay, uh, including this, okay, in this picture, we are doing compensation analysis and compensation structure. So, and plus job grading in the, okay, in the congregation they have, okay, because they also employ employees. Okay, so this is a very memorable photo among my consultancy journey because it has made me um, it has made me simplify further all the complicated structures, programs, and policies that I used to handle before, and I was able to do contracts, employment contracts in a loving tone. Okay? Hindi na yung masyadong legalistic. So, nag-transform masyado yung views ko, and we can actually do things in a loving way kahit na nasa kumpanya. Okay? And of course, my family, the reason why I live, okay, my kids are all grown up, and yung karga kong bata is already may apo. So, right now, I am preparing a lot of things, okay, to live a family, but also for the a bigger community, and that community includes HR. Okay, so let's move on. So, what's our agenda? Our agenda, okay, for today, will be understanding the current challenges impacting employee productivity and its various effects in the workplace, and then the importance of increasing employee productivity on employee engagement and profitability. Now, for topics 3 and 4, we will be covering this on Thursday. This is the paid session already. These are strategies to increase employee productivity at all levels, and then the building blocks to creating effective key performance indicators. Okay, so we are checking this because in reality, when we are doing this face to face, this type of program actually lasts for about 16 hours because there's workshops. So, anong ginagawa namin for those workshops, ano, kasi masyadong compressed yung time natin. And we're doing this for free, okay? So, towards the end of the session, you will have your cheat sheets as your guide for your own career and for your companies. Okay, so let's move on. By the way, you may ask questions, but in the interest of time, let's do it. Okay, towards the end. Okay, so moving on. Now, let's level set muna. Okay. Ano yung pinagdadaanan natin? Okay, nating lahat halos ano. Now, from what you have shared with Alan, you wanted to address issues like employee engagement, and then laziness, absenteeism. Yung iba ang sabi, mataas ang attrition sa kanila. And then, hindi na-meet yung mga targets. So, let's level set muna. Ano bang pinagdadaanan natin lahat? Okay. At the global level, we have this COVID-19 scare. Okay? It's not just a scare, it's a reality. And unti-unti lang tayong bumabangon ngayon. And ongoing, there's Ukraine-Russia war. And anong impact natin sa atin dito? It's the gasoline prices. It's increasing. And a lot of people are hurting kasi tumataas ang bilihin. And of course, may impact yan hanggang sa business. And then the US-China trade war, the climate changes. And locally, okay, yung election, ang daming uh, nadi-divide na ano no views on this. Maganda nagkakaroon ng negative emotion, yung iba mas nagiging positive, pero karaniwan yung pagka may iba't ibang bets, okay, so disparity among levels. Okay, unemployment and upskilling.
Hello, Ma'am Gemma. Wait lang
Yes,
po. Yep, sorry. Um, guys, sa ano po, dun po sa audience natin. So, may I request po kindly turn off your audio. I think si Ma'am Myra po. Ma'am Myra, pasuyo lang po, pa-turn off po tayo ng audio para lang po clear po yung explanation sa atin. Sige, thank you. Sige. Go ahead, Ma'am Gemma. Apologies for that one po.
yes, thank you, Alan. Okay, and then something that I didn't include it here is actually the changes in technology. Okay, so ang bilis ng changes sa technology and okay, so kinakailangang mag-upskill mga employees and okay, including the businesses, kinakailangan ng i-change yung mga processes. And of course, financial management. Okay? Nakaka-relate ba kayo? Yung increasing yung costs, not only within the personal level, yung family, but also it increases up to the business level. And then, yung profitability nagde-decrease. So, anong nangyayari? Um, yung usual bonuses na naibibigay before, and then yung salary increases na ibibigay before, hindi maibigay ngayon. Okay? Some people nakaka-receive pa pero hindi gano'n kataas, okay, compared to their lives before. And then, the process changes dahil nagkaroon ng new technology, work from home, and then napabilis yung mga changes in the organization. Okay, kinakailangang i-update yung mga processes, those leadership capabilities. Handa ba ang leadership to handle all this? Okay. And then,
Huh. Hello, Ma'am Gemma.
yes,
Yep. Sorry, wait lang po, Ma'am, ah. I will reclaim lang po yung ano, yung host mo, host
or please,
capability para po ma-mute ko na lang po manually yung iba.
sure.
Alright, wait lang. Sige. Sige, Ma'am, go ahead lang
Doing
while
it.
I'm trying to fix it. So, audience po, pasuyo lang po, apologies, pa-turn off po ng audio natin. Okay? Sige po, go ahead, Ma'am Gemma.
Now, with that, with the hybrid work style ngayon, ano, how do we monitor the performance? We want to talk about productivity, pero paano natin i-measure ngayon to? Are the performance metrics is still the same, or are we changing it? Okay? Parang ang daming dapat gawin, ano? And also the customer service. Lahat halos ano nag-move into mobile, mga mga online way of doing things. Kumusta naman ang customer service natin? How is it impacting the business? Okay. Now, lahat ito, from the global perspective to the local changes, local situations, up to the business requirements, lahat yan bababa sa individual level. Okay? And at the individual level, we ask ourselves, okay, kaya ko pa ba to? Ang dami naman changes, ang daming transitions, and then, papaano ba? May support ba akong may support ba ako from the company, from the family? So, ang effect, people have difficulty to focus, okay, and then difficulty to deliver results because there are a lot of changes and minsan hindi na alam kung anong gagawin. Okay, nakaka-relate ba kayo? Okay, chat naman dyan kung
Yeah.
nakaka-relate dito.
Correct. So, for the audience natin, no, so these are on a global perspective. Basically, ang parang sinasabi sa atin ni Ma'am Gemma in here is that there is an impact talaga with the current environment that is happening, no, right now. So, probably kaya gantong-ganto yung behavior dahil some of the employees are really affected, no? So Ma'am Gemma, if I'm seeing a lot of ano po messages dito sa chat box natin, and most of them are saying na very much relate sila sa situation na nangyayari right now.
Yes, that's good. Okay, thanks for summing it up, Alan. Now, I am really showing this to everyone para lang magkaroon tayo ng level setting. Bakit ganito yung situation ng mga employees natin? Please be more understanding. Pati tayo impacted, pero it's very important that we immediately develop our competencies, capabilities, lalo na yung emotional agility natin, it's very important. And this is a time that we need to have support. You need to have mentors who you can really trust and really rely on. Okay, so it's important that you talk it out as well kasi um, you are the conduit between the management and the employees, and it's important na talagang your whole self, okay, para makalaban sa gera. Okay,
Correct.
so that's just a term, ano? Okay, so moving on, with that landscape, okay, ito yung impact sa employee engagement. Only 29% are engaged. Now, these statistics are actually taken from last year, and then this is done by Gallup. Okay? Uh, now, Alan also did a recent check on the employee engagement, and the numbers are okay, are almost the same. Now, 52% are not engaged. Okay? So, ano yung not engaged? Okay, not engaged doesn't mean na hindi sila tumatrabaho. Tumatrabaho sila, yes. They do what is required for them. Okay? So, talagang nade-deliver nila yung results. Pero, creative ba sila? Committed ba talaga sila? Hindi. Basta matapos lang. Okay? Just to get over it and submit the results needed. Okay, so 52% kalahati niyan, okay, are into this situation. Why? Ang dami kasing pinoproblema. Okay, and then yung 29% na talagang engaged, talagang committed, well, alagaan nyo to. Kasi karamihan dito sa mga engaged are silent workers. So, trabaho lang na trabaho, ayaw magpa-istorbo kasi nakafocus sila. And they know what to do. Okay, pero doon sa not engaged, yeah, gagawa sila. Pero once na may instance na magkaroon ng job offer or magkaroon ng uh, magandang pagkakataon ng ibang companies, okay, or business, then they jump off the ship immediately. Okay, there are others, about 19%, who are actively disengaged. So, physically present, pero pagka may pagkakataong bumulong sa iba ng mga complaints nila, bubulong sila. They actively tell their stories, bakit sila hindi masaya sa office. Okay? Ano yung mga problema nila, lahat complaints, complaints, complaints. And it takes about four people to manage, okay, one active employee. Okay? So, nakaka-drain. So, this is something na kinakailangan yung intindihin. Kailangan nyo ring unawain. Baka may pinagdadaanan. And come up with strategies kung paano i-handle yung ganitong employee. So, we will be talking about that in the next session sa part 2. Okay? So, uh, same boat, same company, but different engagement. So, it calls for different engagement strategies for these types of employees. Okay? To make them become more productive. Okay, so if you have questions, okay, just put them in the chat box. Alan is summarizing those questions and then we will tackle it later. Okay, so moving on. Okay, let's just step back a bit. Okay, so we're talking about engagement and we need to talk about ourselves. Okay, deep within, kailangan natin maintindihan what is going on within ourselves. Okay, now, our mind is composed of conscious and subconscious. So you have taken this back in college on perhaps when some of you are taking their masters or individual readings, ano. So this is just a reminder, okay, because this is very important as we go through our daily lives. 90 to 95% of what we do are primarily a result of our subconscious mind, our experiences, especially yung mga experiences na naging emotional tayo noon, ano. So, lahat ng self-images and beliefs natin, these are a part of the subconscious mind, including our habits. Okay? And then the creativity, the fears, the trauma, okay, lahat yan naka-embed sa atin. May mga neurons tayo, lahat yan naka-embed yan, lahat ng experiences. And what happens is that pag ang subconscious natin is usually negative, okay? Dahil ang daming pumapasok na negative, TV and whatever you watch in the social media, okay, it impacts how you would react to your environment. So, konting trigger, you can react negatively. Why? Because um, yung negative thoughts is embedded in us, and it's actually part of our survival strategy. Okay? Our brain is actually made to really protect us from danger. So, talagang the easiest way, the most productive way, ito yung ginagawa natin. So, kinakailangan nating i-uplift yung conscious mind natin, conscious thinking. Okay? And we use only 5 to 10% of that. Okay? Specifically in the way we analyze things, our plan. And the conscious mind is our willpower, and it is the fuel for our growth and creativity. Okay? So, that means kung ano yung gagawin nating mga plans, we have to do it consistently and consciously until it becomes part of our subconscious. Okay? By becoming habits. Okay, so we will be talking more about that, yung mga habits, how we can improve programming our subconscious mind. We will be talking about this towards the next session as we talk about productivity. Okay, so this is just something that I'd like you to take on right now, kasi when you go back to the office, when you talk to the employees, okay, you can present this to them when you want to really change some of the behaviors. Okay, so there, let's move on. Now, there's gonna be a lot to be done. Okay, and 75 to 80% of those of people around us, because of the subconscious thinking, choose to do things that are comfortable and easy, and will simply follow orders from others. Okay, so kinakailangan ng giya. Now, anong effect nito sa atin sa HR? Okay, in HR is not a simple career. It's not just a job. It's actually a vocation. It's a mission. Okay, now we have to love our job in HR. Okay, our mission, because there we have to choose tough decisions. Okay, minsan pati yung mga boss, okay, because ang daming iniisip, ang ang simple term natin, pasaway, paano natin i-handle yon? Okay, pasaway yung boss, pasaway yung empleyado, paano natin i-handle? So we need to be very firm in what we want to accomplish, and then deliver it in a loving and understandable, caring way. Okay, so that differentiates HR from all other partners in business. Okay, tayo yung konsyensya ng business. Okay, so now the bosses choose tough decisions and deliver it in a tough way. Why? Kasi palaging may mga nakapatong na targets, sales targets, okay, the distribution targets, production targets, halos lahat yan, including the technology changes. Ang daming targets na nakapatong sa ulo. So, a lot of times, wala nang oras to really check on themselves. Okay, yeah, effective executives, effective leaders really find a way to really pause for a moment and meditate what needs to be done para at least yung business goals would be aligned to what is to be done right for the employees. Okay, so yun yung mga nagpo-pause muna, but it's very rare. Okay, these are the executives that you would really love. Okay, now The others, ito yung mga disengaged, they choose to do what is comfortable and easy, but they do it their own way. Okay, so kinakailangang hilain muna, kinakailangang i-handhold, okay, and really talk to them in a loving way, in such a way na mas maiintindihan nila where you're coming from.
Correct. Ma'am Gemma, no, we have a question in here, no, if you don't mind. Kasi I was asking the audience in the chat box, no, have you ever had an experience of handling a pasaway situation? No, and then maraming sumagot, no, na parang sabi nila most of the time, every day, no. Just a curious question, Ma'am Gemma. As an HR, it's really tough to manage yung ganong sitwasyon. How would you start off yung conversation in terms of dealing with this kind of example, an employee na tingin mo na it's really tough to manage him. Paano mo siya sisimulan in terms of a communication standpoint?
Ah, okay. So, granting you requested for a meeting already, ano? Unang-una, yung sa meeting pa lang, do it in a neutral ground. Wag mong dadalhin sa location na very obvious ikaw yung may power. Okay? Kasi these people are already resistant. Pasaway nga eh. So, bring them to, okay, kung maganda yung canteen ninyo, talk to them there. Okay? O kaya kung maganda yung meeting room nyo, ito yung mga one-on-one rooms, talk to them there. Pero, over a cup of coffee or whatever drinks they like, para ma-neutralize. Okay? So, yung environment actually impacts yung discussions ninyo. Okay? So, apart from taking note of the environment, take note also of the words that you use. So, paano mo umpisahan? Kumustahan, Bruce? Kumustahin mo pamilya? Kumustahin mo what are the things that they enjoy doing? Okay? What are their wins? Yeah, mga wins nila for the past week. Okay? O kaya kung 1 month kayo hindi nagkita, for the past month. Okay? Ano yung mga wins nila? Para at least maset yung tone niyo na masaya siya. It's something that he or she is passionate to talk about. Talagang siya mismo. That actually gives them that signal that you care about them. You want to know them. And it's only then, pagka na-feel ng tao na interesado ka sa kanya, you care about them, that's the only time that they will open up.
All right,
Okay.
that's great to hear. Great to hear. Kasi ako, Ma'am Gemma, no, when I experienced this yung gantong situation when I was managing a personnel, no, a salesperson, ang common ko talaga na behavior is that I wanna get into right away, direct to the point, let's tackle what's the problem. And then I noticed na yun nga, nasa defensive mode yung kausap ko. And as a human person, he or she will defend herself or himself first. And doon na kami nagkakaroon ng clash and misunderstanding. And it's a very good point na pinoint out mo, no, let's get into a room na very neutral, equal power tayong parehas. And then I wanna know kung ano yung side mo eh. Saan ka ba nanggagaling? Ano ba yung situation mo right now? So, very very good point po or tip po yung nabigay nyo na yan.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah.
Sige, I'll move on. In fact, that is actually tackled as well in in
Part 2.
parts of the slide. Yes.
Part side. Okay.
Nandito pa rin sa slide na to.
All right. Good, good. Sige pa.
Okay, so now these are just some tips to stay focused and stay productive. Okay, so of course, the new mindset. So one of the things that we have to look into is how competent are we? Okay, so we need to educate ourselves and share with your mentor so you will be properly guided. Huwag niyong wag niyong poproblemahin lahat. May mga tao na may experience, and then they also care for you. Yun lang, minsan dahil busy sila, and then you don't tap them, hindi nila hindi sila nakaka-reach out to you. But if you try to reach out to people for consultation, then I'm pretty sure there are a lot of good souls who are willing to help. Okay, so yung mga unconscious ways natin, we have to come up with an inventory. Ano yung mga behaviors ko sa atin? Okay, tayo muna. Okay? Na tipong ano yung mga behaviors ko that I might be displaying na hindi maganda sa ibang tao. Okay? Do I easily get angry? Okay, so in fact, this is something that I want to share. Now, when I was younger, maraming ang um, ang akala ko mabait na ako. Kasi parang magaganda yung intentions ko. Pero the way I deliver it pala, masungit. Ang masungit pala ako noon, lalo na nung buntis ako, no. Sabi ko, ang bait-bait ko naman. Pero bakit gano'n? Parang monster ang tingin nila sa akin. Ang sungit-sungit ko. So, I tried to hear them out and really assess paano ko ba dinideliver doon? And that was the time that I realized na para pala akong tigre. Okay, so with those feedback, na, na, na ano, no, it became part of my conscious mind. So, consciously, I try to come up with ways kung paano siya i-deliver. And hindi lang siya basta-basta um, magiging conscious ka about it, but you have to do something about it. That's why I became fond of meditation. Okay? And then yung sleeping hours ko, I improved it. Kasi once you don't sleep well, minimum of 6 hours dapat ang tulog. Okay, 7 hours much better. Why? Kasi may mga hormones tayo na nagtitrigger kahit na ayaw natin, automatic yan. Once we're physically fatigued, kulang sa sleep, then it's gonna be triggered. Kahit na akala nyo mabait kayo, minsan yung delivery, it's really different. Nagiging masungit. So, yung mga taong sinasabi nating stressed, i-check nyo, kumusta yung tulog nyo. Okay? And when you talk to people, ito yung mga sinasabi nyo pasaway, kumustahin nyo, nakakatulog ba sila ng maayos? What is really blocking them, what is hindering them from sleeping at least 6 hours? Okay, kayo ba may tulog ng
Yeah.
maayos?
Ako
Okay.
meron, ma'am. I was excited for this webinar kaya sabi ko sa wife ko last night, sabi ko, I wanna sleep early kasi gusto ko pagising ko tomorrow. Alam mo 'yon, yung vibes ba? Kasi yung aura and your vibes that you're, alam mo 'yon, that you are sending out, no, sa people near you, or eto nga gaya ng sa audience natin, it affects, no,
Yeah.
directly, no, yung good vibes natin. So, how
Yeah.
about the others, no? I hope wala pong napuyat last night, no? I hope you were able to sleep 6 hours. All right. Ma'am Gemma, no, we have a very good suggestion or recommendation here sa chat box natin. I think this is from Jay, no? Parang sinasabi niya is that I believe the 5 ways will help us to deep dive and understand where the employees is coming from. Sometimes since kilala na natin yung taong kakausapin natin, which is example, disrespectful employee,
Yeah.
na-judge na kagad natin. So his mantra is we need to seek, no, to understand before trying to be understood. So I thank you for that, Jane. No?
Yes,
So I like that one also.
correct. Yeah, that's from Stephen Covey. Okay. So, yes, the principle. Okay. Thank you for sharing it, Jay. Okay, so which is actually very much aligned to our next slide. Okay, so a lot of times we judge people immediately. Okay, and out of our fatigue as well, we cannot give more loving energy to the people around us, not just for our family, but also to our co-employees. Okay, minsan we would immediately react. Okay, so you cannot give anything if your own cup is empty. Okay, so what does it mean? If you are not a loving person, you cannot give love, okay, to those around you. If you do not care enough about yourself, about your family, you cannot care enough for your co-employees. Okay, so take note, okay, as part of your mindset change, okay, shifting. Okay, so uh, please note that everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have available. Behavior is geared for adaptation, and present behavior is the best choice available. Every behavior is motivated by a positive intent. If we put this as part of our belief system, that almost everyone, kahit na sinasabi natin pasaway, may mga magagandang intention yan eh. Ang tanong, ano yung nagtitrigger? Bakit yung magandang intention nila hindi nagiging maayos? Okay, so listen, okay, seek to understand before you will be understood. Okay, when we understand that other people have the same had some positive intention in what they say and do, however annoying and negative it may seem to us, it can be easier to stop getting angry and start to move forward. Okay, I hope this is one of the presuppositions that you would look into. Isama nyo na yan as part of your daily menu, daily habit, that you start your day thinking that the people around you have good intentions. And try to understand kung bakit yung behavior nila is contradictory towards from that intention. And another thing, there is no failure, only feedback. At times, we sabotage ourselves, okay? By thinking na, ay, nag-fail ako eh. So, pagka inisip mo nag-fail ka na, yung, yung energy mo to move forward parang na-stop, okay? But if we look at it as, okay, this is just a feedback that I need to improve something here, okay, then I have to do something. I have to act on it. So, pagka hindi mo nakuha kagad yung gusto mo makuha, just think about it as a feedback. It's not a failure because failure is actually success that was actually cut immediately. Okay? So, you stopped it too soon. That's why you say it's a failure. But in reality, it's just a feedback. So, if there's something that you will take on from here, it's this mindset para mas maging effective yung communications ninyo and effective yung relationships ninyo with the people around you. Remember, productivity starts when people around you actually feel that you care for them. And this is something that you have to take with you as you coach the supervisors, as you coach your executives in the office. Okay, so hindi kinakailangan nakapresent ito ng ganito. Well, parts of it, just memorize it. Okay, and then later on in your discussions, when you coach your employees, then include this in your discussions. Okay, so moving on, um, there are a lot of requirements from us in HR. So sabi nga nila, HR is a thankless job, but actually HR is an opportunity for you to influence people. That's how I see it. But for you to influence people, you need to be very equipped. Okay, from the business acumen to data analysis and then relationship management And of course, employee engagement, communications, and consultation, HR systems and implementation, and of course, the global and cultural awareness. So, kung hindi kayo global, part of a global company, but what's going on in the global scenario, it doesn't mean that you will not look into what's happening in the global arena. Okay, because that's where you will contribute by equipping yourselves with what's going on. Ano yung mga updates, ano yung mga trends ngayon, and then put it on the table when you meet with your executives. Actually, these HR competencies are changing. These are the basics as of 2021, 2022. Now that we're going back to the new normal, this is actually changing. And in fact, there will be a conference of global HR leaders this coming May. Okay, as to how will be the landscape for HR in the future. Yung competencies that we need to have. But at the basic, look into this. Okay, so when we say we care for employees, what does it mean? Some of you have said that some employees complain about low salary and then benefits. Okay, so now there's a study, in fact, okay, again, done by Gallup. Okay, so they said that 70% of employee engagement is due to behavioral economics. Okay, and then only 30% is because of the pay and benefits. Okay, what does the behavioral economics mean? Okay, that means they feel that uh, they have a meaningful work and their contribution is valued, okay, valued and recognized, and then the management supports their growth. And then they have a coach, not just a boss. What's the difference between a coach and a boss? Okay, a boss usually dictates, okay, what needs to be done. A coach actually uh, tells tells them the vision, okay, and ask them what can they contribute, okay, to hit that mission, those goals. And then they feel that they are taken care of, and then they feel they are safe, even if they are very transparent, very vocal about their feelings. And then they feel that their life is important, not just the job. Hindi yung pwede ka na lang palitan, nagkamali ka, okay, nag-absent ka, okay, papalitan ka na lang. Parang gulong lang, pinapalitan ka. But you are actually seen as a whole person. They care that you have a family to provide for, and it's part of the conversations. Okay, kumusta na pamilya mo? Kumusta ka? Okay, what worries you? Okay, how can I help? Okay, so minsan hindi ganyan yung mga nagiging usapan. But there are leaders who actually ask even at the level of the family. So these are the leaders who get through na kahit na last minute yung mga requirements napapatrabaho yung mga employees. Why? Because the employees feel pagka naman ako may kailangan, then andyan naman si boss. Okay? Or andyan naman ang HR. They understand me. So it's my turn to give back to them. Okay, so love, okay, not just loving ourselves, but also loving others. Mafe-feel yan eh. If we connect with compassion, na naiintindihan natin sila. Okay? You can distantiate yourself, yes, pero do everything with love. Because it's different when you love what you're doing, love why you connect with people. And when you do this, when you care for the employees around you, when you care for the management, and you don't have to be followed up with the with the targets, kusa ka nagbibigay, then it's gonna lead to increased productivity, customer metrics, sales, and then profitability. Pero pagka wala yan, pag wala kang pakialam, okay, pag wala pakialam, tandaan nyo, wala rin pakialam yung mga employees, and this will um, this will lead to increased defects. Pero pagka may pakialam kayo, nagde-decrease yung mga defects, yung absenteeism, and then yung employee turnover, mga attrition rate, and then if you're in a manufacturing setup, then yung mga safety incidents, nagde-decrease din. Okay, so let's have a time check. It's 10:54. May self-check. This is your take-home assignments. Okay, if you are um, attending the part 2, you need to know this before we talk about productivity and KPI, because as we said, you have to know a lot about your company. What is your vision? What do you want to be known for? Okay. This is for yourself, yung naka-white box. Ikaw muna. Tayo muna. Okay? Ano yung vision mo? What do you want to be known for? How do you want to be remembered? Okay? Why are you in your career at present? What's your purpose? How would you align it to your vision? Align ba yung purpose mo sa bigger vision mo for yourself? What are the 5 things you love about your company and why? And then, what are the 5 things you love about your career and why? Yung isa sa company, yung isa sa career. And then, what are the top 5 things that you love about your executives and your supervisors? Okay. Sana meron kayong nakikita. Kasi kung wala kayong nakikita, okay, think through. Meron at meron yan. Now, the next box is some questions about the company's vision, mission, values, and performance measures. And then, what are your company's goals for 2022? And then, how did your company perform in 2021? Okay, that's the year end. And then, in quarter 1, 2022, how far are you from the target? Ano yung performance gaps natin? If you're exceeding or lagging behind, what factors contribute to it? Okay. How well do you collaborate with your executives, supervisors, and employees? What are your employee demographics? Ilan ba dito ang married, single, and then even male, female, and then saan nakatira ang mga empleyado nyo? Ano yung average age? And then, ilan sa inyo, sa employees ninyo, ang about to retire? Ilan ang mga bagong pasok? Why? Because each of those levels require a different strategy. Kung mas maraming mga bago, okay, kumusta naman ang onboarding ninyo? If meron mga pa-retire na, kumusta ang exit plan ninyo sa kanila? Meron ba tayong retirement program for them? Okay. Do you have a best friend at work? Okay? This is very important because maraming challenges specifically for HR. Sino yung napapagsabihan nyo? Sino yung nagme-mentor sa inyo? Yung mentor nyo ba is considered as your best friend at work? Kung wala pa, okay, sino kaya ang magiging best friend nyo? It's important. Specifically if you want to stay long with your current organization. Okay, and then lastly, I just want you to remember this. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Okay, Mother Teresa have said this, but Steve Jobs had